What's up, everybody? This is Steve Sterlacci. Welcome to this Headrush Flex Prime video. This is compatible with any Headrush product. I'm not using any clones. So even if you have one of the old MX units, I do believe that this is possible. We're talking about acoustic guitar today. I'll be using my Gibson exclusive J45 that I just got. This is loaded with LR Bags VTC, and this is the hardest tone to get live. If you've ever played acoustic guitar in a band on stage, you know, holy crap, it's really hard to get a good sounding acoustic. But fortunately, the tools in the Headrush allow us to get a pretty great sound without the use of IRs. So I've assembled a little signal chain here, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. There's a bunch of stuff you've got to keep in mind when you're making an acoustic preset. One, you need a lot of low end. And even probably plugging in direct listening on your own is going to maybe sound a little bit woofy, but to get rid of that pickup sound, that acoustic pickup sound that is just, it's part of it, unfortunately. Nothing's ever going to beat this. A microphone in front of an acoustic is always going to be the best sound. But most of us have a regular undersaddle pickup like this, where the pickup is under there. So we're always going to be at the mercy of that tingy sound. So let's just check out what this sounds like. I'm going to go over to a new rig so that you could hear just the pickup straight in. So this is nothing on. So not a bad sound, but it definitely has that annoying, buzzy high end. And that's with the tone knob right in the middle on the pickup. So let's go over to the preset. This is called Acoustic Rig. I'll upload this to the cloud so that you can check it out for yourself. Here is what I have dialed in without any acoustic IR. Let's take a look what I got in the signal chain. Let's start with that tremolo. This is the 8 light preset. I actually didn't even touch it. I have the shape all the way down, depth at 8%, and I didn't touch anything. So this was just straight up as it is. First up, I have a side compressor. A lot of acoustic guitar is going to depend on compression. This might feed back like a mother when you get live, so I always recommend to use a sound hole cover, one of those feedback busters. But obviously here I'm in my in-ears right now, so I'm in a controlled environment. But if you're taking this on stage, you should definitely have a feedback buster on you at all times. So I have that set to a soft compression. Here's without it. It's really subtle, not doing a lot. And now let's get to the good stuff. So I have this IR, which is my favorite IR. This is bypass right now, so you're not even hearing it. And I wanted to kind of do a comparison because I tried to get it to actually even sound a little better than this. So I have a split path here. And on one, I have the acoustic sim and the piezo setting, or piezo, whatever you want to say. I guess piezo is actually technically Italian appropriate. And these are the settings that I've got that set to. It's really hard to get that to sound good. It actually sounds terrible on its own. So I've got it mixed all the way down. If I were to bypass all of this and set this to equal, this is what the piezo sounds like on its own. So it's just all of that high end that's just brutal in my opinion. So I mix it down in the split block and I use this bass boost acoustic. This isn't the acoustic pre, let's just name that. This is an EQ that's built into the Headrush, obviously. And I'm just jacking the low end up to try and get it to be as much like that IR as possible. And that's what gives it this blended out sound. I think that's a much more balanced sound there. And I got a little studio reverb. That's only on the low end. Also, if you guys hear that, there's a high-end ringing. That actually is a product of all acoustic guitars. There's a sympathetic vibration that happens up here that's a nightmare when you finally hear it and you can't unhear it. So if you're ever recording acoustic guitar, I recommend putting something over here like a rubber band or a capo just to avoid that extra sympathetic ringing. I don't know if you could hear it, but it drives me nuts now that I know it's there. So next down the line, I have another compressor. This is just kind of tying in all of that stuff. So this is just blending everything. It's taking the mix and just giving it a little sheen. I have it set for attack so that you could hear the acoustic. You can really hear the attacks coming through. Then I have another EQ it was set to mud remover, but I did a bunch of stuff to it. I added a lot more 6.4 K just because I want a little bit more sparkle up top. The acoustic sim sparkle isn't what I wanted. This was a little bit more of what I wanted. And you can see I'm basically doing a bunch of cuts. If you're ever using something like this live, you're probably going to want to cut 100 or 200 if you start feeding back. So that's why I've got it dropped already 8 dB. But if I bring that up to 0, you might like that low end, but when you get on stage with that, it's just going to be like woo, and it's going to kill everything in its path. Next up, a church reverb with these settings, and that is what I'm going out with. So I think with the compressors and the EQs, this is sounding pretty good. If I bypass these, and I go to this is a Sela IR, that is a J45 IR. So here's the IR stock setting. So not a bad sound, but it's definitely missing some of that top end. And here's my setup. I think the IR even still has a little bit more low end, that a lot of low end. So even if I bring this low cut up to 124, nice mid forward sound, which might be even better. I don't know. It's going to depend on you when you get live, but I kind of am liking this. Maybe if I jack up this mid range a little bit more. Let's just, for fun, go with the IR into my EQ. Curious how that's going to sound in post. Doesn't sound great in the ears right now, but yeah, back to the original. And then again, going to absolutely nothing. Again, not a terrible sound, but this is definitely a little bit more polished. So yeah, I'll upload this to the cloud. You can check it out at the link below. And if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.